Hey everyone, my name is Neelima. I'm currently serving as a SAP Integration Architect Manager at PwC. So over past 14 plus years of experience, I have specialized in AI-driven integration, middleware solutions, and enterprise IT transformations, working with the global enterprises on some of the most complex digital integration challenges. So my career journey spans leading AI-powered SAP integration strategies, enabling multi-cloud transformation, ensuring regulatory compliances across GDPR and HIPAA, and driving mergers and acquisitions technology integration for Fortune 500 firms. So today I'm excited to share with you all a case study that demonstrates how Kubernetes native AI integration is transforming SAP mergers and acquisitions. So if we go to the agenda, this is what we cover. What we will cover today is the challenge landscape, the revolutionary approach, the technical architecture, business impact, strategic implications. So by the end, I hope you will see how AI and cloud native technologies are fundamentally reshaping enterprise integration. So the traditional mergers and acquisition or integration challenge. So mergers and acquisitions are among the toughest challenges. So when two large organizations merge, their SAP landscapes spanning multiple regions, customizations, and data volumes must integrate seamlessly. The traditional approach brings long timelines, sometimes years, massive consulting cost, business disruptions that risk customer experience. So add to that regulatory complexity, GDPR, SOX, HIPAA, and need for zero downtime, and it creates the perfect storm of complexity. So these are all the challenges, and if we go into the complex, the integration landscape, let's break this down further, right? So the technicality complex. So multi different layers of systems like legacy, SAP, some databases, and then legacy migration, and the data volumes in terabytes. So these are all the technical complexities we face on daily basis, and regulatory complex requirements like global compliance frameworks, and then business continuity, like keeping the lights on with no disruption. So this is why traditional integration models often fail to deliver efficiently. So if we take about the revolutionary approach, Kubernetes native AI integration, instead of treating integration as a slow manual process, we reimagined it as a cloud native workload powered by AI and used Kubernetes orchestration for scalability, consider AI modules like the flexibility in deployment, machine learning, automation for mapping, analysis, and migration, continuous learning models that improve over time. So this distributed intelligence meant AI could handle multiple integration tasks in parallel, cutting time and effort dramatically. So how it works, right? So in theory, we know I have explained like these many things like evaluation, the containerized modules, machine learning, continuous learning modules, and the distribution intelligence. But in this is a theory, but in practice, how it works, right? So AI models deployed as a micro. If you see the picture here, it deploys as a microservices in containers, each specializing in mapping, data validation, or code analysis. And then transformer networks identified complex master data patterns, and CNNs analyzed ABAP code for business logic. Graph neural networks optimized SAP dependencies. Also, Kubernetes orchestration ensure fault tolerance, auto scaling, and high performance. The system processed 500,000 records per second, 10 terabyte data sets. A scale traditional approach couldn't match it all. So that is the technical architecture we have in practice. And then what is the timeline, the accelerated timeline? If we follow this, the impact was like transformational, like the timelines reduced by 50 to 70% What once took like 12 to 18 months, now it took it 4 to 6 months. Also, the processing speed is 500,000 record per second. Also, the automation eliminated manual mapping, like reducing human errors and cost. Parallel processing ensure rapid conflict resolution and continuous operations. Some of the live examples or the recent examples what we have had here. We have had like terabytes of data migration, so master data. When it comes to master data, many of you, we migrate materials, vendors, customers, vendor banks, profit center, cost center, the PTM related, like the batch traceability matrix, bill of mapping, and the routing, the employee ID. So many master data objects we have to migrate during the master data load period where it has a terabytes of data. So I know, or we all know, business usually provides the data to the consultants, but what if the data quality is not up to the mark? So it's very simple to say, hey, that is the data you have given, so that is how we load it. But instead, out of the box, we utilized these AI modules, these machine learning tools that will check the data quality as well. So from each functional consultant, we have taken the prerequisites of the checks, what we need to do. For example, vendor master, these columns are mandatory. Or maybe the delivery date should be between these time zones. It shouldn't be the past due. It's a very minor example, but it would make a lot of sense if you get all the world data. If you go through this workflow, you would get the errors on spot instead of waiting for a longer period after go live and impact the operations. So that is how we have created a workflow based on the inputs that we have received from functional and business. So we will cover that in future also. So here the key is business IT collaboration is a key for any successful project. So with all the inputs, we have created a workflow. We have checked the data quality. So it's called like preload sign off. So before loading the data, we got the preload sign off from these AI tools and using the machine learning technologies, and then we started loading the data, which resulted 100% data quality. Also, when it comes to critical operational transactional data, yes, you need open sales order, open purchase order. When you're dealing with the ERP customer, you need the customer numbers, ship tools, all those details. We load as part of the critical operational transactional data with these checks, again using the AI modules. And when it comes to financial transaction data loads, of course, you have to load AP, AR, fixed assets, GL, non-GL balances and stuff. And you had to match the trial balance. So that is a key in any of the digital transformations. So we have used these AI tools using the SAP integration and Kubernetes to help functional and business to speed up and to have a smooth digital transformation. So this is like smallest example, like how we accelerated the integration timeline and then how it impacted the cost and efficiency, right? So beyond speed, the AI automation, it delivered like massive cost benefits. For example, 78% reduction in integration cost, 85% reduction in manual effort replacing armies of consultants, and 92% reduction in rework cycles thanks to AI-driven quality validations. Like I mentioned, the tools that we have used. So this was not just faster, it was smarter, linear, and more reliable. So this is how we have optimized the cost and also increased the efficiency. And then AI-driven data mapping and transformation. So the AI could recognize data patterns and automatically suggest mapping and generate transformation logic for conversions, integrity checks, and business rules. It provides continuous validation, correcting errors in real time. Also, it predicts potential risk and even resolves certain issues automatically. So, in fact, 93% of potential issues were caught before impacting the operations, a huge leap from traditional reactive approaches. So, what are all the strategic implications of these using these AI, Kubernetes, SAP integration tools, right? So, this is not just about one project, it's about rethinking mergers and acquisition integrations entirely. So, integration becomes innovation, a source of competitive advantage. Companies gain reusable AI framework for ongoing transformations. Also, employees can move faster with greater acquisition flexibility. So, in essence, AI transforms integration from a cost center into a growth enabler. So, as we look forward, companies must invest in data quality and governance, build internal enterprise in AI, especially in we all know that there are so many cloud native technologies. So there should be a dedicated internal expertise in AI and cloud native technology. The technologies keep on changing. Likewise, we have to brush up our these new technologies and get up to the speed with the as we are growing, as we are changing, and make sure we usually build internal expertise in AI cloud native tech. So not just by tools, right? So the team should be up to speed to match with the technology that is rapidly changing. So, like I mentioned before, we encourage business IT collaboration since AI needs real business context. As an IT, yes, you know about your tool, how the technology is changing, how the AI is can definitely helpful to succeed, or to avoid certain issues, right? So as an IT, but what issues you need to concentrate, like you have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 4. What is P1 out of 4 P1s, right? So those important details and all the knowledge has to come from business. Hey, this is what we have during this digital transformation. These are the complex requirements I have, where I need these as a first phase, and maybe out of these three, these two are very business critical, where we need to see how AI, this Kubernetes SAP integration can be useful. So it's all business IT collaboration since AI needs a real business context. And then approach integration as a long-term capability, not a one-off project. So when you, as an integration consultant or as integration architect, when you develop any of the logic for one of the requirements, so you need to think big out of the box. Okay, see a simple example. Okay, so this is a EDI PO mapping where we need to map one field to another field, and this is the logic I have. What if another customer comes? Is this mapping sufficient? Or maybe I need to develop the mapping in a way that it would be accommodate or easily maintainable when new customer comes in. Utilize the similar mapping. So that is how the approach integration as a long-term capability, not just for one of the project. So those who do this will be a best position to lead the next wave of this digital transformation. So thank you for your time. I hope this session showed you how AI powered Kubernetes native SAP integration is changing the game for enterprises during mergers and acquisitions. Then I would be very happy to take your questions. Thank you.